The joint liquidators of Kijani Resources Limited and Ratio Limited are suing NatWest Bank for allegedly failing to act on what they say is a repeated and obvious pattern of suspicious transactions that led to the dissipation of over $100 million in investor funds. Speaking on behalf of NatWest, barrister Nicholas Medcroft KC rejected the liquidators' claim that the bank had a bird's-eye view of what was happening. He said as far as the bank was aware, KRL was going from strength to strength and that its accountants had given the business a clean bill of health. The company was also expected to raise $100 million in 2013, with no suspicion of insolvency flagged even after the accounts had been audited. An added layer of security for the bank was that payment instructions were received from the company's secretary, Corinthian, which was subject to its own regulatory and due diligence processes. Mr. Medcroft submits that there were no glaring signs of fraud, either in relation to the company structures or the money passing through them, and that there was no dishonesty on the part of NatWest staff, whom he said had always acted in good faith. When they did become uncomfortable about the accounts of KRL and Ratio Limited, Mr. Medcroft claimed the bank still struggled to find any legal basis to suspect fraudulent activity, which they found frustrating, until the bank eventually filed its suspicious activity report in 2015. The liquidators contend that the bank had failed in its pre-existing duty of care, but Mr. Medcroft says this is misconceived because a duty of care is triggered only when the bank is put on inquiry. In this case, he said there were no reasonable grounds to believe that payment instructions were unauthorised, and therefore the bank proceeded on the basis that they were valid. He said his clients had sympathy for investors who were duped, but stressed the real villains of the piece are the directors of Kijani. He said professional negligence fell to them and other professionals, but not to NatWest, which did not own a duty to detect and prevent the fraud which it later learned about. The trial is set to continue for 4 weeks.